Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Shingeki no Kyojin / Attack on Titan episode 15 review. That is 1-5. Now, this week's episode of Shingeki no Kyojin, Commander Irvin. What the fuck is going on here, bro? What is going on in here? Yo, I have no idea. There's something wrong with this guy. He knows something. He clearly knows something that others do not. Clearly. We have the two Titans that Hanji was looking after. I believe their names were Bean and Sony. Not Sony, but like Sean. Something along those lines, right? They were, and of course these Titans were captured. It's very hard to capture Titans. They were a 7-meter class and a 4-meter class, and basically they were experimenting on them. And someone killed them overnight, before the sunrise, spotted by the guards, and they escaped using the 3D gear. So obviously, who killed them is a soldier of some status, whether it be Recon, whether it be Garrison, whether it be military police, we don't know. But here's the end result. The end result is literally her freaking out, crying, bawling, and at the same time, we see Commander Irvin come behind Eren on some stealth mode shit. Like, what do you see? Like, wait, what? He turns around like, what are you talking about? So what do you see? Never mind. Walks away. What do you see, sir? What the fuck do you see? Like, wait, what is that? Like, yeah. What do you see? And I'm sitting here, I'm like, bro. Like, out of all the commanders we've seen so far, we've seen Pixis. Pixis, he's this very smart, intelligent guy. Awesome dude. But we know where he lies on a majority of topics that he's been involved with so far. A majority of incidences that we've seen so far in the series. The other guy, the leader of the military police, we don't know what's... I mean, forget about him. He's military police, fuck them. I don't care. But when it comes to Commander Irvin, this guy is the definition of an enigma. He's so far from norm. Now, that actually, in retrospect, makes sense. Because in retrospect, when you take a look at the other people of the... or at least the other people that are known in the Recon Corps, we have Levi, who's not exactly normal. There's the Levi Corps, the special ops that he leads. And they are Petra, which she is kind of off, but she's not like she was talking to another guy from the special corps, Basardo. This guy, he likes to talk a lot, and he bit his own tongue and like blood spit out of that shit, like a lot of it. But he's also far from normal. But Petra, like, she was talking to him earlier, and she was saying how, like, I wish you just died. Like, I wish that, like, I saw like a pool of blood. And she was so nonchalant about it. So she's not normal. She was not quote unquote normal. Then there's the other two guys, Gin and Gunther. I think his name is Gunther. We don't know what they're all about, but they look relatively normal. Then of course there's Haji. Obviously she's not normal. Then there's Mike. Mike is not normal, obviously. The dude, he likes to smell motherfuckers for some strange reason. Now the thing about it is that this also ties to Commander Irvin's in this episode. It ties to his it ties to the vague around the shadow around Commander Irvin. This veil, there we go, yeah, the veil that surrounds Commander Irvin. Mike is talking to him about how apparently they have to go leave in like 30 days for some kind of mission outside the wall, in Wall Maria. And basically, he's talking to Commander Irvin Commander Irvin's explaining about how, like, well, we need to go out there and we need to showcase Eren's powers relatively quickly so we can gain the trust of the military police and the other army branches. And then all of a sudden, Mike says, "For once, can you take your mask in front of me?" And then he's like, "So you know because of the smell." He's like, "I would know, but you have no scent." Something along those lines. So he has this veil. Like, there's a veil around Commander Irvin. Like, this is like my veil stance. Yeah, that's right. This is my veil stance. He has a veil around him. And no one knows what the fuck is up with Commander Irvin. I just hit my fan. Stupid. Now, the thing about it is that aside from that, the ending was pretty, you know, like, what's up with this guy? He knows something. There's an underlining theme here. There's a silver line that we're not seeing, but he only sees, apparently. Now, the next thing beforehand is obviously the whole talking about, talk that Eren had with Hanji. And the most important part of this is we see that she is one of the main people, I think, who, well, maybe not her specifically, but she experiments on the Titans. And the most important thing that she said was that when she, one day, like, she'd always fight the Titans out of hatred, right? Out of hatred, out of anger, out of disdain, and so on and so forth. And then she talks to Eren about how one day she had cut off the head of a Titan, a 3-meter class, and then she kicked it, the head. And it was relatively light. And then, all of a sudden, that moment, that one instant, shifted her psyche to what it is today, where she tries to see the Titans from a completely different standpoint, from a completely different view, so she can hopefully gain a better understanding of the Titans. In many cases, and in fact, in the cases when it came to Bean and Shoni, she tried to befriend these Titans. Like, she would stay up all night with them. She would give them names. She would tell them stories and so on and so forth. And of course, she did things like experiment on them with, like, the pain factor. But when she stabbed Bean in the eye, she was crying because she felt truly hurt by that. And it all stemmed from her kicking a Titan head and noticing that it was very light. In fact, she did another experiment where she cut Titan's arm off and she picked it up. It was relatively light. And then she references the point in time in which Eren bit his hand and how he was able to actually block the cannon and how the Titan hand relatively appeared out of nowhere. So there's something up here that she's trying to figure out about the whole Titans. Because, again, when it comes to the Titans, very little is known on the human side. Like, they don't know a lot about Titans. Because it's like, there's still much more to learn about these creatures. Why is it that they have organs? Like why is it they have, I don't know, they don't have reproductive organs, but they have vocal organs. Like lungs and so on and so forth, but they don't need them. All they need is, you know, the sunlight, and they're good to go. Almost like plants, but they're not plants. So there's something to Titans that we don't understand fully, and she's one of the main people who's trying to dive deep into the Titan mystery. Now, I am a manga reader of Shingeki no Kyojin, and they did miss something very important. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to go back to it, but because the anime has like this weird, the manga is different, where in the manga, they'll do something, and like, they'll backtrack to something in the past that was relevant to that current something. But in the anime, they're more chronological. They go like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. In the manga, it's more so they'll have stage 1, stage 2, they'll jump to stage 7, then they'll backfill to stage 5 and 6. So that's what is the manga. But they missed something very important. And I want to say it, but I can't say because it's going to be a spoiler, because I'm pretty sure that they will reference it back. They may reference it in next episode of Shingeki no Kyojin. I'm not too sure, but they should reference it. If they don't, if the series is over, if this season, because there will be season 2 probably. I mean, I don't doubt at all. But if this season is over of Shingeki no Kyojin and they don't touch upon it, then I will do a video about that because it's something very important. Now, aside from that, basically, we see Eren and the Levi Corps, and basically they are in this castle. That's where they are designated to at this point in time. I believe they're still in the Tross Wall. I believe so. Yeah, but it's like no, they're not in Tross. But where are they actually? Shit. Well, I don't know where they are, but they're obviously in a secluded area, and they're in this old castle that was used, where apparently the Recon Corps, they were at their most ambitious, and the castle's history don't know much about anyway. But basically, we see Levi. We get a little hint. We get a little glimpse of his personality. And the moment when I think it was Gunther, he's told him about how, well, he was talking to Gin and how it's an old ass castle, so it's gonna be really damn dusty. Levi's like, well, let's clean this bitch. And they literally spend most of the time cleaning the castle. And that's what it is. And then from then on, we see Eren talking to Gin about how he has to hurt himself in order to go Titan. But then Eren thinks to himself, why do I know that? Why do I instinctively know that I must hurt myself in order to go Titan? Like, that's very strange. Right? But he knows that. Instinctively. So, and we don't know. I mean, it could deal with his backstory with his father, and that's probably the case. Or it could be something more fundamental with the Titans, and that he himself is not fully aware of, because he is like a semi-Titan. So, but this episode overall, mainly it's just hints, it's just clues to the future and to the past. It's a little bit of character development and character growth with Haji, and a little bit with Eren, and a hint with Commander Irvin. But overall, episode, I thought it was okay. Okay, pacing was relatively okay, animation relatively okay, story progression, it was obviously there. So overall, okay. So I'm done. Team Lightning. Be sure, of course, rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice day.